never said in my life that I was jealous of Eric Hale, but this year, right now, yeah, I'm a little jealous because he's on our Kansas lease. I know what deer's there.
Last year, Jason Bowers knocked down a mega giant named Fishhook. A buck that had eluded him for years finally met his fate when Jason stuck it to him with his expedition bow.
This is a deer we call Fishhook.
So now it's Eric Hale's turn to hunt in Kansas. Several years ago, Eric Hale took down this mega giant named BB with his Traditions muzzleloader.
What a deer, a legend.
This year in Kansas, Chris Ward is already tagged out on this great buck.
I am happy. I am tickled to death, and he's going to look good on my Virginia wall.
Eric Hale is up next, hoping to keep the Kansas stake going and add into the tally another big Kansas buck by bow.
There's a lot of things true every single year. Number one, I gotta get up and go to work every day. I gotta make money. Number two, I love to fight fire. But number three, I'm going to Kansas deer hunt every year. Without fail, when the trees start turning, that beautiful orange, yellow, brown, I'm heading to Kansas, brother.
Rising crew is heading to Kansas for preseason preparation, but at the airport, they run into a damsel in distress.
So you doing, Tara? We're good?
No.
You promise?
Yes, I promise.
Okay, you're not gonna...
I'm trying to see my best friend and I'm trying to make their time.
I mean, you kind of look Italian or something.
No.
We're not gonna...
No, I'm Chilean.
Chilean. Okay.
Oh, hi. All right. So we're good?
Yep, we're good.
Appreciate it.
All right, do you need this?
That's my mom. You can have her information
All
if
right,
you want
thank
it.
you. See you. What just happened? I just sold my luggage for $100 for a pink one. It's crazy, man.
No, it looks good on you.
Wait, where did it just go? I just had my ticket in my hand a second ago.
I would have done it for free, but she's still going to miss a plane.
No, you're not. Oh, you're good. You're good.
Ash, took her money. Wow.
Mail to that address on there. I live with her.
So this is a legit address?
Yeah, that's my mom. Yes. Okay.
All right. See you. All right.
Funny thing is, Hash now has cocaine in his bag.
It's a hunting show.
And we missed our flight.
Look, here's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to negotiate a deal right here, right now. I'm trying to save us $300 so we don't have to confirm a flight.
I'm trying to get first class.
And Eric Hash over here pimping out his little blue suitcase for a pink polka dotted. I mean, I gotta admit, that is fly for $100. Girls going
full of cocaine.
Probably full of cocaine. You will never see us again.
I'm pretty sure we're on the terrace.
We are now. Look at the cameras.
You know what the funny thing was? Is I said, well, where you messed up at on the $100 was you went up to the guy that looks like a big teddy bear, soft looking guy, and she nailed him. And then, man, he just I said, where's my money? And she gave it to me, so. Yeah, that got real, man. That got real.
Good.
Real.
Well, we don't get on an 810 flight, you can buy our motel room.
Yeah, well, I got you dinner anyway, for sure. Got you dinner for sure.
Never a dull moment.
Elsa has saved the day. Thank you, Elsa.
It's another year in Kansas. I'm heading out with Eric to our lease. We've got to go out late summer, get stands hung, lanes cleared, cameras hung, blah, 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 whatever Eric wants to do.
The landowner has planted some clover. Eric has a plan for this spot.
All right, this is probably the closest to getting literally in a bedroom we've ever done since we've been hunting Kansas for years. They're over here in the beans combining right now, but there's a wheat field and a standing bean field, and then if you imagine back here about 4 different ditches running from all the bedding area in this farm. Right here in the center is this 5-acre food plot that he planted, our landowner, this year for the first time ever in clover, and then he let all the weeds come up in it. Well, this thing is a mat of clover, and all of this right here I think is going to be a classic staging area for all these deer. And I mean, this is going to be one of those evening spots where if we hunt way back right here, it's going to be like a zoo in here. Look at this clover. I mean, I can just pick it up. Look at that. I mean, you can't ask for a better food plot. We'll put us a Browning trail camera right over here and be ready to rock. That's going to be a fun stand to hunt right there. Mark my word.
So Eric and Chris set up their tree stand at this site and call it Four Corners.
I'm telling you, you'll be far better off if you will just get those things done. Yes, it's a little bit harder, it's a little bit more time out of your life, but I promise you, on the tail end, you will definitely be a whole lot more successful.
Well, I have now tagged out, and I am behind the camera, and I may be here till Christmas.
Eric has a great encounter with a big white horn 10-point at the Four Corners stand.
We're sitting there, first evening that Eric's hunting, and this big 10-pointer comes out. And I'm thinking, he can't lay off this deer. I don't care if he's hunting a world-class deer or not, he's not gonna lay off this deer. Well, he never even raised his bow. I was kind of hoping he would. And I don't know, me and Eric are a lot different, but I was sitting there thinking, there ain't no damn way that deer's walking out of the field if I'm hunting.
Man, that's one of our superstar 3-year-olds right there. Man, what a buck. That is a beautiful buck right there.
Make sure you subscribe and like the page. On top of that, make sure you click the little notification bell. That way you'll be one of the first ones to know when a new video drops.
Eric Hale is hunting in Kansas with his expedition bow. His first day had him seen a nice buck he decided to pass. Eric is working hard at moving trail cameras to get new information on the bucks that are crushing the woods.
I have always loved running trail cameras and trying to figure bucks out, scouting, doing that kind of stuff as much as hunting them. I mean, it's just a blast. We've already got cameras back out from late summer and early fall, but they have blown scrapes up everywhere. I love these brown trail cameras. Look at that illumination. Everything on these are just compact. They're class act. The trigger range and the trigger speed is amazing. Flash range is phenomenal. Super quiet cameras. I've literally watched deer walk by these cameras and not spook at all. And I mean, over and over and over. I mean, we've just been truly, truly impressed with these brown trail cameras. All right, so we gotta get out of here and get some more checked and then get in a tree.
The Browning cameras tell the story. These bad boys have shown up, and Eric knows all too well what to do next.
Excited because WinPro has really, really blown my mind this year, how good it works at attracting deer and then inventorying them and keeping them there. You know, I'm looking for one particular deer, but we're inching closer. Chris has got one down. So now it's my turn. I love to break these old cedar limbs and just not break them all the way, but just barely break them, and they'll come in. Watch this. You take his stuff, load that limb up. This is fun. I love doing this stuff and inventorying as much as I do hunting.
This buck comes raging in after that WinPro and absolutely destroys this branch.
I don't know what else to tell you to prove to you that this is better than powder. But you gotta remember, in the morning your thermals rise and in the evenings they fall. That's thermals, 100% thermal wind. Every now and then we get a northeast, is what we're hunting this morning, it's drifting that way. But watch, there's your northeast. Look how that's drifting. Powder, you can't watch it do that, look at that. So you always know with this series what your wind's doing, always. That's a really nice buck coming right here, dogging these does, man, he's coming in a hurry. you come to Kansas. That's a really awesome buck. He's gonna be a stud in a couple years. Man, that was fun. I tell you, I mean, we always come out here to the Midwest, you know, wanting to chase giants, but if a big 2 or 3-year-old dog and does don't get your heart going, nothing will. That buck right there is going to be an absolute stud. He came in here and just bumped does all the way around, came right under the tree, and then run down and ran all over. I mean, man, that just gets you fired up. That's what you live for. That's what you wait for all year long. Old Tactican was rolling. Man. Ooh. That'd have been a big one, man. I'd have probably fell out of the tree.
Oh, and guess what?
Yeah.
Balance just got him.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Man, that's a stud. Jeff Peel and Terry Peel from Tacticam are some of the nicest people you will ever meet. And they were kind enough to invite Jason up to hunt this year with them. Jason's been in the stand for, what, 2 hours, Chris? Talk about being hand-fed. Jeff Peel's one of the best deer hunters I've ever met.
Jason was hunting in Indiana with Jeff Peel and knocked down this giant, all while filming him on the Tacticam.
It's a breathtaking experience to be able to do this and do what you love.
But it didn't end there. Tara Peel killed this buck.
Wow. I was pretty excited.
Heck yeah. That's a beast.
And then Jeff Peel killed this one.
He just came strutting on in. Heck, he was grunting. He must have been a doe that came through here early. That's as quick as it gets.
That was super fast.
Boy, isn't he pretty?
Yes, he is.
All while Eric Hale is still struggling in Kansas. But Eric is still hopeful. And it won't be much longer before he gets a chance to knock down a Kansas stud.
Be sure to like and subscribe, and if you click the notification bell, you'll be one of the first to know when we drop a video.
Eric Hale is hunting in Kansas, and with warm temperatures, he hasn't had much luck. But Eric is hopeful that the turning point will be tonight.
Something always comes along that revolutionizes the industry every so often, and this is one of those deals. This Suncrusher back has literally enabled us to get away with murder. Chris and I have been here for about a week. We've struggled a little bit, but we're looking for 1 or 2 particular deer. And tonight's the night. I just know something good's gonna happen tonight. Man, the air just has that feeling about it tonight. I tell you, we have flat been battling some wild weather out here in Kansas. Everybody in the Midwest has tons of south winds. We're going into a spot that I'm super excited about. Seems like this year, October 30th, all the bucks started locking with does, and all of a sudden now we got a lot of mature bucks back up on their feet and moving. So I think the next couple of days I'm gonna get my chance, and I've just got to make my mind up what I'm gonna shoot. If I get a big 6, 7-year-old deer in front of me, I'm gonna kill him. Last night in the stand, 4 corners. Night's going good, a lot of big deer on their feet. What I love about this particular part of Kansas is it's a lot of plains, and we've got about 600 acres of good cover in the middle. And these bucks, when you shoot a mature buck, or as the rut goes, you will have big mature bucks that you maybe have never seen before pop in and pop out on this particular piece of ground. And we call them plains drifters because you just don't know when one of them's going to show up. Little did I know, a deer that I've never seen, had no idea who he was going to lay himself right in our laps tonight.
Go ahead, subscribe to our channel, like it. You're going to get that little notification bell. It's going to go off, let you know when something new hits. Follow, subscribe. Happy hunting this fall. We love everybody. Thank you again.
Eric Hale's been hunting all week in Kansas. With warm weather and not too many opportunities so far, a plains drifting buck has shown up. And Eric is more than willing to let this dead ringer broadhead get an opportunity at him.
As soon as this deer came out, my first instinct was, grab your bow. I grabbed my bow. When you grab your bow, you're 90% sure of what you're about to do. In other words, you're convinced that deer, I'm going to shoot that deer. At least for me, that's the way I am. If I pick my bow up, I'm dead serious about, I'm going to shoot this deer. As this deer's coming in, I mean, he puts on a show. No doubt this is like a 300-pound whitetail. He's fully mature. Big framey stickers, kickers. I held right on 12 ring because as quiet as it is, I thought he might jump a stream.
Eric makes a shot on this buck. Great buck. One of the biggest bodied deer coming in I've ever seen, I've ever filmed. Makes a great shot, and I was surprised he didn't fall in the field. But hey, if you're not 100% certain, we say it over and over again, everybody always does, just back out. There's always in the morning, we'll just come back in and recover him tomorrow.
Well, here is the situation. We're going to ease in and hopefully we ain't got too far to find him. We always say, man, just err on the side of caution. Just give him a while. If you can't, if it's not real good gut feeling, just what's it going to hurt to wait a few hours the next morning? So it's been super cold all night, a ton of frost this morning, and we waited till some of this frost burn off, but we're going to ease in and hopefully we ain't got too far to find him. See if we can find that arrow. There's blood everywhere right here. Good Lord have mercy. Look at that blood. Half penetration on him. And I got about 4 inches of super freak and shaft in him. That's why you shoot a really good hard shooting bow with the phenomenal arrows, and these new Victory arrows are just stupid. You look at the diameter and think, man, but you remember back in the day when we all went from aluminum to carbon. Well, to me, this is like going from carbon to the next big thing, and these Victory arrows are sick. And Dead Ringer has done its job again. Holy moly. Wow.
That's a big one.
Man, look at all this junk. Look at the sticker. Good Lord, look at that. Holy, look at those brows, man. Look at the freaking body on this thing. Good night. Woo. What an absolute awesome Kansas buck right here, man. Look at that deer. Look at the head and neck on this deer. This right here, gosh. Look, I can't even touch my hands on that base on that side. This right here, honest to goodness, is why you come to Kansas, and that is what, a big 6'7". I mean, he's 6+, no doubt. That's one of the biggest necked body deers I've ever killed. Junk, stickers, kickers. He's got 2 huge flyers coming off the back here. When these bucks out here in Kansas get old, they just start throwing trash, big, probably 5-inch per out time. That's a pretty buck. I couldn't be any happier right here in Kansas, I'm telling you. It's been a crazy hunt, and I didn't know how it was going to come down, and when you come, you never know how it's going to end, but I'll tell you, we have had an absolute blast. Me and Chris have both tagged out. We put a lot of work in, we depended on trail cameras probably more this year than we ever have, and we have hung more stands in this state than I've ever hung. But the end result is 2 big mature bucks down on film, and we get to come back next year, do it all over again.
As always, Kansas was a blast. I went home with a great buck. Eric went home with a bigger buck. like always, but I can't wait. Jason's up to bat this coming up year, and I can't wait till the year after that because I'm gonna be sitting right in the same trees.
I got me a Plains Drifter. He's a big, gnarly 6.5-year-old I've never seen before. And you know what? He'll hang on that wall. Paid off big. We're going home with 2 big old bucks to Virginia, and we'll be right back here and do it all over again next year.